Assalamualaikum and good day. My name is Noor Natasha binti Muhammad Nasihish 2382601, and today I will be presenting my research proposal titled The Influence of Gen Z Slang Usage on Professional Face-to-Face Communication among University Students. This study focuses on how the increasing use of Gen Z slang may influence students' ability to communicate professionally in formal face-to-face situations. Let's start with research background. Communication plays an important role in allowing individuals to express ideas clearly, maintaining professionalism, and also build positive relationships with others. In today's digital era, communication patterns among young people has changed significantly due to the influence of social media platforms such as TikTok, Instagram, X, and Threads. These platforms expose users to new words, phrases, and expressions that quickly become popular among Generation Z. Generation Z or Gen Z refers to individuals born between the late 90s and early 20s. Because they spend significant amount of time on social media, Gen Z has developed a unique communication style that includes the frequent use of slang. For example, the slang includes words such as slay, which is used to praise someone, riz, which refers to charm or attractiveness, and delulu, which mean being unrealistic or overly hopeful, and no cap, which means telling the truth. These expressions are often used in everyday conversation because they are considered fun, creative, and relatable among peers. However, because the students use these expressions regularly, they may become part of their communication habits. As a result, some students may unintentionally bring informal language into formal situations, such as a presentation, interviews, meetings, or conversations with lecturers. This raises concern regarding communication, professionalism, and effectiveness in face to face interactions. Moving on to problem statement. The ideal situation is that university students are able to communicate professionally in formal settings. Students are expected to speak clearly, respectfully, and appropriately when conducting presentation, attending interviews, and participating in discussion or even interaction with lecturers or future employers. Professional communication is important because it reflects confidence, credibility, and communication competence. However, in reality, many students frequently use Gen Z slang in their daily communication due to constant exposure to social media and peer interactions. Slang expressions have become their natural part of their language use. Because of this, some students may accidentally use informal expression in professional face-to-face situation without realizing it. Previous studies show that Gen Z slang is heavily influenced by social media and peer interaction. Researchers such as Suhaini and Mumin found that slang strengthened peer identity, while Mustafa and Marzuki found that TikTok slang is commonly used among Malaysian youth. Skinner and Napo found that digital communication habits influence face-to-face communication. Joseph also highlighted that informal communication can affect workplace professionalism. However, most previous studies focuses on online communication instead of professional face-to-face communication, creating a research gap. The literature reveals a clear research gap. Many studies investigate slang usage, language evolution, and online communication behavior. However, there is limited research examining how Gen Z slang affects professional face-to-face communication among university students. Specifically, professionalism, communication clarity, confidence, and verbal communication behavior remain underexplored. So this studies addresses that gap. To address the research gap identified in previous studies, this research have developed three research objectives and three corresponding research questions. The first research objective is to examine the level of Gen Z slang usage among university students. This objective focuses on understanding how frequently students use Gen Z slang in their daily communication and the extent to which they are exposed to slang through social media and peer interactions. The corresponding research question for this objective is: what is the level of Gen Z slang usage among university students? The second research objective is to analyze the level of professional face-to-face communication among university students. This includes aspects such as communication clarity, professional speech behavior, and confidence in formal interaction, and overall communication effectiveness. The corresponding research question for this is: what is the level of professional face-to-face communication among university students? The third research objective is to investigate the relationship between Gen Z slang usage and professional face-to-face communication among university students. This objective is important because it allows the researcher to determine whether the use of Gen Z slang has any influence on students' professional communication skills. The corresponding research question is there a significant relationship between Gen Z slang usage and professional face-to-face communication among university students? Overall, these objective and research questions provide a clear direction for the study and ensure that the research focuses on examining both the individual's variable and relationship between them. This conceptual framework shows the relationship between independent variable and dependent variable. The independent variable is Gen Z slang usage, which includes social media exposure, frequency of slang usage, and informal language habits. The dependent variable is professional face-to-face communication, measured through communication clarity, professional speech behavior, and confidence and communication effectiveness. The hypothesis is proposes that Gen Z's slang usage may significantly influence professional communication. My study uses a quantitative research design, and the target population consists of university students aged between 18 to 25 years old, and approximately 100 to 150 respondents will participate through convenience sampling. And the data will be collected using online questionnaire distributed through Google Forms. The responses will be measured using a 5-point Likert scale, ranging from strongly disagree to strongly agree. Data collected from respondents will be analyzed using SPSS. Descriptive statistics such as frequency, mean, and standard deviation will be used to determine the levels of Gen Z slang usage in professional face-to-face communication. Pearson correlation analysis will then be conducted to examine whether there is a significant relationship between these two variables. In conclusion, this study is expected to contribute a valuable knowledge regarding the influence of Gen Z slang usage on professional face-to-face communication. The findings may help students become more aware of appropriate language use in professional situations. Universities can improve communication skills program, while employers can better understand communication habits of Gen Z graduates. Ultimately, this study aims to encourage a balance between informal digital communication and professional communication expectation. Thank you for listening. And that is all from me.